Welcome, friends. And today our topic is very different. Role of vows in intimacy. Now, this is a very important topic, not spoken much about when it comes to intimacy. It's very, very important, friends. And I wanted to speak about this topic because I'm working with one person one-on-one. And this person came out with that issue. So I thought, why not I speak to this class about this topic, which is so important. So what are vows? Vows are simple words that is coming out of our mouth, our consciousness, and we commit to something on our soul level. We really, really, really mean it. When we say, we really mean it. So what happens? Many of the vows can keep us stuck. And it can come from this past life experience. It can also come from this current life experience. And it can come from your transgeneration. And now I will share how it is related to intimacy. Now, generally, if we have vows, now when I say vows, it can be promises, it can be also curses, included. It can be some kind of contracts. So what happens is we generally feel that, there is one problem coming to our life again and again. And no matter how much I'm resolving, I'm coming back to the same pattern, same thing happening. And it can be a problem with the intimacy. It can be a childbirth issues. It can be a certain pattern of a relationship. It's not working. It can be attracting wrong relationships. It can be something that we can't speak about, that we are not able to speak the truth, as if something is hiding, something we have to hide. We don't know what, but there is a sense that we are hiding something. And intimacy, friends, is about share. It's not only the physical nakedness, it's also the nakedness of our feelings, of our soul with another person. We might also feel that we are sacrificing something all the time. These are the sense. So how intimacy is related to this? So first, it can be like a celibacy vow. Now, before I get to celibacy vow, I'm going to talk about few case studies today. Now, I was working with one woman who had an issue with her marriage. She's not able to get married. Or the partner she's attracting is not good, or something is happening, not getting married. And more she's trying to get married, she's not getting married. So I'm working with her to understand what is the issue. So what happens is, generally in the first 1 or 2 session, it may not open up. But in, around the 3rd, 4th session, deeper things starts opening up. And she told me that, sir, I remember something. At the age of, when I was a small, like a teenager time, I had we had to go through a big problem of facing my mother. My mother was very, very sick. She was about to die. And that point of time, I just said from my heart that, oh God, please save my mother. And if you save my mother, I will never marry. I will never marry. And what happened is, mother got saved, she got well. But later, when she grew up, she, of course, fell attracted to someone. And in the subconscious, there is this guilt that, oh, I'm not able to keep that promise. And still, there is an urge to get married, right? So what needs to be done is, friends, is to go back to that vow and release that. Release, how to release is through the understanding that that point of time, there is a teenage child who was so scared to save her mother, she has taken a vow, right? Out of fear. Yeah? Maybe she did not mean it in the heart. So now I release this fear, release this vow, so that I can have a good relationship. Even the intimacy, she was not able to, she was going through so many problems of intimacy, because there is a resistance. There is a resistance in the subconscious with that vow. So this is one example how it can happen. Another, I was talking about the celibacy vow. So I was working with one person. He's a man, and he has intimacy issues. He is not able to become intimate. He feels some kind of guilt. He sometimes feels, I'm a spiritual person, I cannot get intimate, it's like a sin. But also the other side, there is a deep urge to be intimate with a partner, to get married. It is there. So when I regress that person, this person went into a past life where he was a Tibetan monk, and this monk has taken the vow of celibacy. So when the monks take the vow of celibacy, and it can be not one lifetime, he went through so many lifetimes as a monk and a sage. He has lived like that. So this pattern is so strong in him, not to engage into sexual activity, not to come into the marital life. So what happens is that monk thing is so strong in him that he is not able to come into this life. And this life is different. He's not a monk in this life. He is like a normal person. Of course, he's spiritual in nature. He's a meditator, but he is not a monk anymore. So what needs to be done is this vow needs to be dissolved. Yes, that was that circumstances in that life. I was a Tibetan monk. I went into a monastery. I was given to the monastery by my parents. I had to be in the monastery. I had taken a vow of celibacy. But I released that. I released that vow with my conscious awareness. I don't need it now. Now I am in a different lifetime. I'm in a different settlement. I'm in a different learning model, right? And I choose to get married with. I deserve having a good relationship, and I deserve a beautiful wife in my life. Similarly, so many kinds of words, this thing can be there. There can be curses also, friends. I worked with one man. He is a very young man, around 22 years of age, and he came with a lot of depression, saying that I am a man, and I want to get married to a woman, but I also feel like I'm not adequate somewhere. I'm not adequate as a man, and I'm so scared of getting into a relationship with females. So when I regressed him into his past life, he went into the past lives, and he saw himself like a king, and he was molesting many women. He was making use of them. And so what happened is, all these women were cursing him. They cursed him. They said a curse that you would be like you won't be like a man in your next life. You will be a half man. We curse you, like that. They said you will not be able to have intercourse with any woman. We curse you. So what happened is, this life he's carrying that baggage. What needs to be done is, he needs to go back into the life. He faced those women. He accepted his mistakes. He apologized. And in this life, he started serving women. He started respecting women really from the heart. So through that learning, he could release this curse. So many curses can be there, friends. Some curses can be of not having children. somebody has cursed, not, you can't have children. And that same curse continues, and this couple is striving to get into a child. They want to have a child, but they are not able to have it. There can be ancestral vows and curses. I worked with some couple, like they are having this ancestral goddess. So they have to surrender everything to the goddess, ancestral goddess. And their intimacy was interrupted because of that, because they somewhere did not resonate with that in the family. When they look into the transgeneration, they found, oh, this is such like a strong thing in the family running, that you have to devote everything to the goddess. Some kind of arrangement is there. Yeah. And they could not fit into that arrangement, and their intimacy was affected. So when we are aware of these things, yeah, we are able to move out of the suffering. Many people, they are striving to get married, and they are looking for that perfect relationship, and they keep failing in the relationship. They always attract the wrong person. What in the soul contract, in the Akashic record, it has been found that these people, they have dedicated their lives saying that, I am going to meet my soulmate or the twin soul only when I am spiritually evolved. When my spiritual journey is fully evolved, I'll meet my soul, my twin flame. Before that, I will not meet him or her. So there is a contract between these two souls. Only when the spiritual journey is over, like we are fully evolved, we'll meet. So there is this deep urge. They are looking for each other. They are in pain, but they have forgotten about the soul contract. So these are soul contracts. This can be soul contract, and this can affect intimacy. These people, they are trying to, find someone, and, because they can't wait. They're so impatient, and they are trying their relationship, and their hearts get broken because it's always the wrong relationship. They're not waiting for it. In the soul level, they have to go and find this. Why is it happening to me? So many kinds of vows, friend. Marriage vows, like many of the marriages, the female hands over her power to the husband. The husband becomes the decision maker. So the marriage vows, we need to know what we are saying, because many marriages, they are saying that I am giving my power to my husband. He's the decision maker. So what is happening is a lot of disempowerment is happening to the woman, even if the woman has done it in the past life. So she feels so disempowered as a woman, and maybe she's angry at men, but she has done it in some of the lives earlier, or maybe this life, and given her power to someone. So when we give our power to someone, we she feels that she can't lead, she can't take decision, she gets overwhelmed with her emotions. So friends, personal power can be interrupted when we are taking these kind of vows.
Aditya, just had a question here. When people get married, there's some Sat Janmo Ka Rishta and all of that, right? So obviously, if you're going to be taking another birth, I mean, the chances of landing up with the same person sounds really weak, right? So then what? Every one of these people, I mean, in Hindus, it's very common, right? Isn't that part of the ceremony? I don't know what it is for Parsis. That's why I'm not giving an example of what you did. I have no idea what I said. Okay,
Even I can't comment on that. because to be honest, I'm not sure of the vows, how it's taken and what they mean exactly. My intention is to say that be aware of what we are saying.
Yeah, that's
Honestly, I
aware.
think, Vinayfar, I think that's more a Bollywood construct of Sat Janmoka, because if you see in real life, we have thousands of births. And while working with so many clients with past life, we have seen that your current husband or wife in the previous could be your business partner, could be your child, could be your friend, could be anybody who's.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
So the Sat
During
Janmoka
one
is
of
a
the
Bollywood
cases
construct.
records, apparently my husband was my son.
So it's a Bollywood construct according to me, Sat Janmoka. Not in real life. I think even in Hindu calendars, they never say ki you are tied for Sat Janam. It's just the Sat Fera where it's not even Sat Fera, it's actually Char Feras.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's
Okay.
yeah.
Interesting. All right, great. Thank you.
So friends, the intention of sharing this is to understand if there is an intimacy block, then also it can be because of some kind of vows or promises or contracts or curses that we had somewhere back in our life, maybe in the present early life or maybe past lives, or maybe it can be running in the family generation. So what needs to be done is to why we need to know why we created it. So when we go and relive that, I was giving the example of this girl. She created it to save the mother. Yeah. And when you know why you created it, then you know how to then release it. So you release that vow and reaffirm something that is working for you in the present scenario, right? So we keep changing, we are changing beings, we take vows for that moment, right? I don't know if there is a vow that can run lifetime. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, maybe some people have commitment, because yes, monks, they commit lifetime celibacy. Yes, they commit for that. Maybe we have those kind of vows also. But let us be aware, whatever we are doing, we need to do it with our conscious awareness. And this can also help us improve our intimacy, because this topic is intimacy. um, and if there is this intimacy issues, one of the reason could be these vows or contracts or curses. And when if can be removed, either you can remove it yourself through your meditation if you can do it. Otherwise, sometimes you need to take the help of a therapist to do that. Whatever it is, we need to release these things and come out of it. I in my very short version, I understand it's the mind construct. Everything is in the mind. So with our mind, we can really through these kind of sessions, when we do, it clears the mind, and it gives us a deeper insight to where we are in our life, and hence we can improve our intimacy, because intimacy is more when we are uh, understanding each other deeply. There is no the less the barrier, the more the intimacy would be. So that was today's sharing. I am open to any questions or sharings that you may have, any realizations or insights. You're welcome to do that.
Yeah, Aditya, you said there can be intimacy, the vows that is like transgenerational, right? Like suppose your parents are like the family vows.
Yeah.
So when we release that, is it affecting them? Like, because probably they have taken it for a purpose. And when we release it, like, is that affecting them in some way? Or is it like, it's just for us?
Yeah. So see, we unconsciously take it from them.
Right.
Right. Right. So when we release it, it is for us only.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we just release it, but it says that when you are doing something like a healing, if it's
It's for
something
the
that is
generation.
really, yeah, so if it is
Yeah.
really not helping, but you are really healing yourself, it
Mm.
affects all the generation. It says If you are healing yourself, it affects 7 generation back, 7 generation forward. So that is the strength of healing.
But aren't we like really interfering with their free will at that time?
No, it's not. See, if you are taking out pain from someone, it's not like a free will. First of all, you are not taking their pain. You are taking your pain out, right? And then you are vibrating at a higher frequency, and that inspires. The vibration takes on. So it's not really interference with any karma. No.
Okay.
Thank you.
And the soul contract you mentioned, that's usually between two people, right?
Yes.
So the contract, can it be like, if it's between me and another person, can it be different? Like my contract with that person, can it be different from that person's contract with me?
That doesn't sounds like a contract, right? It's not a contract then. Yeah, contract has to be like one contract, like lifetime. We are going to grow together, and after that we will meet. That's one contract.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So what happens if a person has made a contract to meet their husband and then they have a divorce with that person? Then what happens?
Divorce with whom?
I mean, there are so many divorces that happen, and maybe there was a soul contract with that person and they separate, or that doesn't happen because if they actually find the right person, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, of course. If they find the right person, that wouldn't happen. They need to wait up till for that time. That specified time they have taken in the contract.
Right.
Yeah, and being patient and being with that flow. So sometimes we forget that we have taken such a thing like a contract, and we are in the contract. So that is the reason it's good to review the soul plan. It's good to go into the Akashic record and find what is our soul blueprint. Where is my soul heading towards? How am I going? How am I moving? So the bigger picture.
And then what? Once you go to I know how to do Akashic record reading. So once you find out what your soul plan is and your soul movement is, and you feel like, okay, this sounds good, it's an interesting journey. And if you want to do more or you want to change it in any way, then what? You ask the masters and change it, or you change course in general life, or you keep it. How does it work?
So you can change anytime.
Right now, I just about found out.
So you can change anytime, right? It's a free will. You can always improvise on the soul plan. If it's not working, then the soul will improvise. It will move. It will create something new.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, because you are creator. You are only creating your soul plan. You are the creator, director, producer. Everything you are doing. So if somewhere you don't. Sorry.
But then what about the contract?
Contract with whom? Contract with yourself, right? So you can upgrade the contract.
Acha, okay. No, but supposing my contract would be with various other souls on this planet, right?
Yeah.
That I've come down with. So then if I change my mind suddenly and want to do something different, then all those souls are also affected, right, in some way.
So you need to review the contract, make peace with that contract. See, I'm stepping out of it. It doesn't work for me anymore. I'm stepping out of it.
Okay.
So with your awareness, you step out of that contract and you choose another reality for yourself. You say, I'm not going to be a part of this anymore. My lessons are over. My learning is over.
Okay. Wow. Got it. Interesting.
Thank you. So always we need to remember, friends, we are the creator of our own reality. We create our own reality. We have the power to do that. And same is with intimacy also. This subject goes very deep because it's something that you can really experience with another being. So unless we get clarity, our soul is looking for that deeper connection. It's not If it's not happening somewhere, then look for where we need to search, where we need to find. We'll find our answers. Okay. So, Deepti ji, anything else you want to say?
I think this was a good session. Just one, I don't know, it's a doubt or whatever from my side. So when you say curses and vows, is it something that you have to say that, okay, I'm taking this vow or I'm cursing you? Or it can be even a general statement. Like sometimes, when you're talking to someone, you say that, okay, fine, you want this to happen, I will do this. So is that also like a vow which you're tied down to?
No, vows are generally, you really take it from the soul level, like a celibacy vow or a marriage vow, because they are strong words that you spell from your mouth with a lot of emotions. You really, really mean it.
Or if you're really angry and now later on you think about it and you say, oh God, I wish I hadn't said that to that person. So mean of me. What do you say? How do you take it back?
Just say erase, erase, erase 3
So you
times.
think about that.
Yeah,
and
you
then
think about that and say erase, erase, erase. I just erase it.
Okay. Got it. Because I don't think in my life I've done that very often, but one time this woman was like my boss. She just drove me completely insane, and I was pregnant at that time, and then I had a miscarriage, and I was so angry with her because of the things she did behind my back, and she'd gone all the way to the brand director level and the director level of the company and said all kinds of nasty things which were not even true. And I was just very, very, very upset about the way she spoke in public with me and humiliated me. And I was just like, why? I don't understand. I've not done anything to you. Like it really. So I think, okay. So I go into a meditative state. I think about it. And then I just say erase, erase, erase. Because I don't think anyone deserves to hear anything mean.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yes. Wow.
Okay.
Anybody has any other questions?
And we are having this 7 days retreat. It's Ditiji, I think you have put it on the.
I was just going to say that in case it's a 7 days. So what we have thought about is like we've had these discussions, right? So to go more deeper into it, and the last time we had that 3-hour workshop, we felt that it was a little incomplete. So we said that let's do a 7-day, like from 1st September to 7th September, every day 1 hour, where Aditya will pick up one topic in continuation and go deeper into it and have you also experience a little bit of the process. So I think Aditya has put up in the group today the details. If you want the details, just contact one of us and we'll tell you more about it. There's a link there where it explains, where the whole thing is explained. So what he'll cover in each of those days. And we've kept it at 9 p.m. in the night so that, once everything is done, so that after that you can go back to sleep with those thoughts and with those processes, and it kind of integrates in your subconscious.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Wonderful.
So yeah, so we'll see you all next Monday, 7 p.m.
Next Monday, 7 p.m. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aditya. Thank you,
Thank
Deepti. Bye.
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 Bye.